Hello and welcome to our video about the ST Drone Kit. Let's start by going through the content together. We have the flight controller unit. We have the frame composed of two parts, the bottom where we will put the FCU and the motors, and the upper part constituting the propeller guard. We have two clockwise and two anti-clockwise motors, differentiated by colors. We have four propellers also in this case, clockwise and anti-clockwise, depending on the inclination of the blades. We have the LiPo battery. And finally, we have some spacers and some cable ties. Let's also see the additional tools you need: an M2 screwdriver and some scissors. Optionally, you can use a heat gun to secure the parts and an M2 screw to make M2 tapping in the frame. Let's start to assemble the mini drone. First of all, we need to tap the hole to screw the spacers. We can use an M2 screw or a tool including it, and we can simply tap the hole from the bottom side in the middle of the frame and from the top side in the four corners. Once you have mounted the spacers, you can mount the motors. We have two kinds of motors to be used in the opposite angles: the ones with red and blue cables in one diagonal, bottom right and top left, and the motors with black and white cables in the other diagonal. The motors with black and white cables are for anti-clockwise propellers, while the ones with red and blue are for clockwise propellers. With the motor in this position, we will have the flight controller unit with the arrow indicating the forward direction. Here we have the motors assembled. We can proceed by mounting the flight controller unit on the frame. You have to just press it. Remember, the forward direction has to have the motor with black and white wires in the upper right corner. Now we can use the spacer to secure the board to the bottom frame and the top frame to it. Eventually, once you have screwed the spacers, you can use the heat gun in the four corners. To connect the motor, we have to start from the bottom right one by inserting the connector in the first right position. Remember, the red is the positive and it is on the right side. The next one to connect is the other clockwise motor. The next one is the upper front motor. In this case, the white cable is the positive and should be connected always on the right side. Then, the last one. Now it is the moment to put on the propellers. There are two different types. To rotate clockwise and anti-clockwise, having the mini drone with the arrow in this direction, you have to put the anti-clockwise propellers in the top right and bottom left corners, while you have to put the clockwise propellers in the other diagonal. The insertion is really simple. You can use the cable ties to secure the cable to the frame. To fix the top frame to the mini drone, you have to use the plastic screws. We suggest that you check that the propellers are free to move within the guard. You have to fix the battery on the bottom with cable ties or double-sided tape. Then you have to connect it to the board. Follow the silkscreen for polarity, having the black cable on the corner and the red cable on the right side. When correctly connected, the LED on the board will start to blink, and you are ready to fly. Please take care that the direction of the connector is the forward direction. By using the smartphone or tablet app, you are able to fly with your new mini drone.